Thanks so much for tuning in to the Trade Setup with me, Niraj Shah. It's an important week. It's the Fed week. And remember, all through this week, we'll talk about the Fed and the implications of the same. But the big development that happened in the last 24 hours is this. There was an apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump because there was gunfire, or at least the spotting of a gunman. Effectively, Donald Trump is safe after this assassination attempt in Florida. The suspect, identified by federal officials, has 8 arrests on his record, as per CNN. So watch out for the US election and all the ebbs and flows around this. Well, prayers for Donald Trump. Hopefully, everything is okay with him. The US markets ended well in Friday's session, you have to admit. The futures are flattish right now. And Asia largely shut, but Hang Seng is seeing some impact of the Chinese data, and I'll get to that in a moment. But this is the only one which is in the red. Our implied open suggests an upside of about 64 odd points. So not bad at all. Remember, Friday we saw the reversal, wherein while the large caps were flattish, mid caps and small caps did well. We probably have one more day of in the green for sure. So what's the global news flow? S&P 500 is surviving because while big tech is sliding, the other 493 stocks are now moving up. So it's becoming a bit broader. India was anyways very broad. S&P 500 is becoming a bit broader. Funds are pouring into Southeast Asia as the rate cut cycle gets underway. You look at what's happening to Indonesia, Malaysia, Filipino stocks, and the kind of flows around them. Quite spectacular, really. Oil has eased as the US production resumes after the storm, and the rig count also rose. And like I said, Chinese data, unfortunately missing expectations. Home prices have fallen at the fastest pace in 9 years. Now, despite this, like I said, fund flow is looking okay in India as well. Look at what FPIs have done. In Thursday's session, we reported they bought 7,695 crores worth of equities. Friday, they bought in 2,365 crores worth of equities as well. So FI flow looking positive. So what's the trade setup therefore for the day? Broader market regained strength, but I still think that the bank setup and the large cap setup looks a lot more constructive. Effectively, the constructive stance says it's very difficult to call for sharp cuts ahead of the Fed move. Really, I doubt that too many people will be able to take large short positions ahead of the Fed decision being out of the way. Today's session, the big one, is the Bajaj Housing Finance listing, and therefore Bajaj NBFCs and other housing finance companies will be in focus today. Not that they were not in focus in Friday's session. You look at Bajaj Finance, you look at Aptus Home, you look at Home First. They were very, very active stocks in Friday's session as well. So some bit of this rally is played out, but I would reckon if Bajaj Housing Finance lists as a 100% premium, then some of these stocks will be in focus for sure. So the listing today, Bajaj Housing Finance, 63 times subscribed. The expectation is that it will list at a 90 to 100% premium. If you got the allotment, your money is doubled in 4 days flat. Tollins Tires and Cross are the other ones which also saw very good subscription. Very likely that the reactions could be good. Now, the stocks to watch in the session today. I'll watch out for Dixon. Was up about 1.36% on Friday. Very expensive stock. But the point is, the unit Paget Electronics will manufacture notebooks for ASUS as well. This is the 4th largest vendor. They already have the top 3 in their bag. Now they've got the 4th largest vendor as well. So the top 4 laptop manufacturers, Dixon will back-end manufacture for them. This is great news for Dixon. I would suspect that while it's an expensive stock, it could see a bit of a reaction. So watch out for this one. Then the Adani twins will be in focus today. Adani Power has made an announcement that the Maharashtra State Discom has issued an LOI for 6,600 megawatts. Now, Adani Green will supply 6,600 megawatts, so 6.6 gigs or 6.6 gigawatts. Adani Green will supply 5 gigawatts out of that solar power from Khavda, and Adani Power will supply 1496 megawatts thermal power from the new 1600 megawatt ultra supercritical facility. This is the largest solar power capacity award globally. And that's why MK is very constructive on Adani Green. They reiterate a buy with a target price of 2550. They say they've announced the securing supply of the 5 gigawatt solar power to MSEDCL. They view this development positively. As a result of this, Adani Green's secured PPA capacity is now around 26 gigawatts. 26 gigawatts of capacity secured for supply of power, which is quite stunning. It's happening at a flat rate of 2.7 kilowatts per hour, which is also very attractive. I wouldn't be surprised if Adani Green sees a bit of a reaction today, maybe slightly more than Adani Power, who knows. Lotus Labs could be interesting. They've concluded the successful US FDA audit for the API facility in Hyderabad after what happened to granules last week because of US FDA issues. Anything which is successful might see a bit of a reaction, so watch out for Lotus Labs. GMR Airports, the August passenger traffic was 1 crore, up about 9% YOY. August aircraft movement was up 8% YOY. Very likely GMR Airports, which is up 2.5%, and some smart money bought into this, could be active today. Speaking of smart money, Edelweiss, ADIA, or Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, bought about 3.57 million shares in Edelweiss Financial Services. And Patanjali Foods, GQG Partners EME bought about 1.24% stake at 1854. This one might react positively today because of this name, GQG. 361 VAM, board meet on September 19 to consider a QIP. I'll watch out for that one. Nazara Technologies, board meet on 18 September to consider and approve fundraising. Watch out for both of these names in addition to many others which are lining up fundraisers. So could be active. 2 government decisions should be focused in. Rice companies. Government has scrapped the minimum export price of basmati rice. I reckon some of these stocks could react today. Sugar stocks. The government has allowed companies to make rectified spirit and ENA from sugarcane juice and B-heavy molasses. A leg up for some of the sugar companies. I would reckon that they would react. 2 brokerage names before we end. Goldman Sachs on Uno Minda. They see a 28% upside for the 12-month target price of 1350. The current price is 1057. Led by strong content-led order backlog, ample personalization-related kit value addition, and durable tailwinds from premiumization. Watch out for Uno Minda. Could react positively today. And maybe Bharat Forge reacts because Nomura has put out a note on Bharat Forge. They have a neutral rating, but the target price, sorry, let's get that first. Neutral rating by Nomura on target, this thing, but the target price has been raised to 1789 from 1431. So some upsides here to this current price. They say that defense and industrial segments are likely to offset the cyclical slowdown in global CVs, and the defense share can rise to 25% by FY30 as per Nomura. So watch out for Bharat Forge as well. Last but not the least, viewers, Fed week. Remember, we are closer to the Fed rate action than last week. Very likely that the markets might continue the positive momentum, and be careful when you choose mutual funds. Samir Arora put out this very interesting tweet wherein he's saying that it's very interesting to see that in these PMS performance tables that fund managers are labeling the strategy as small cap, but the benchmark is Nifty 50. Not done if some funds are doing this. So if you are investing into PMS, AIF or mutual funds, be careful about the category that you choose and the benchmark that the fund manager is showing. Very interesting tweet from Samir Arora. Viewers, thanks so much for tuning in to this trade setup.